Before we jump into this video, I want to give a quick disclaimer. This was a 2-camera system, and unfortunately, the footage from the other camera was just completely unusable. So you're going to miss out on some shots, and there's going to be some reference to stuff that you guys are not going to be able to see. Rather than reshooting or trashing the footage, I decided to go ahead and give you what was there so you had the opportunity for the recipe. I think ultimately it's the right call. Some things aren't going to make some sense, but I did this for you guys. I will come back and revisit this recipe at a later date and time, but for right now, enjoy. Well, hi everybody, and welcome to my channel, Jazz's Life. Today we're doing, well, our first ever cooking episode, and I had a lot of great debate on this one. Today's going to be just a very simple cook, but it's a very often requested recipe among my family and friends, so I decided let's go ahead and make this one the first one. Second up, you have to stay tuned for that. So what we're making here is a homemade Chex mix. It's based on an old Nabisco recipe. Not going to say the name because I think there is still a copyright in play with that one. So I'd like to get this channel monetized, and I don't want to be sued. Trust me, I ain't got enough money to be sued. So we're going to start off here with some very basic ingredients. First things first, I've got about a 1-pound bag of wheat Chex cereal. Doesn't matter if you get the name brand, store brand, whatever. I've got approximately 2 cups of pretzels, 2 cups of mixed nuts, salted is fine. About 3/4 a cup of cheese squares, I like the spicy ones. And to that, well, we've got some ingredients to mix in here. We have garlic salt, 1 teaspoon, seasoned salt, 1 teaspoon, about a 1/4 teaspoon of smoky seasoning. This is actually a fry seasoning. I'll put a link in the description down below if YouTube will let me. This is not an affiliate link. I am not represented, branded, anything by this company. I just happen to really like them. They actually do a couple of different blends that, yeah, I love. Anytime I can go by their shop, there's 2 of them in Florida here near me, especially the one down at Disney Springs, always. And then I do a 1/4 teaspoon of barbecue rub. We need 1 whole stick of butter. Yes, a whole stick of butter. 1 medium-sized shallot. And then you're going to need about a tablespoon of pre-minced garlic. You can do fresh garlic. I actually prefer fresh garlic, but in this recipe, it doesn't really matter. On top of that, we got a couple of liquids. Worcestershire sauce, brand unimportant, and a red sweet chili sauce. The name Sriracha is allowed to be said because it's not a brand per se, it's a type of sauce. And, well, that's pretty much it. The only things I got out here, hydration, and most important, coffee. Keeps everybody wee. Alright, for cooking utensils, 1 decent sized mixing bowl. This is the biggest bowl I have that fits comfortably in my dishwasher, doesn't take up anything. You're going to need 1 saucepan, small and medium. Today we're using a medium. Somebody's got to do dishes. 1 nice good chef knife, 1 cutting board, and 1 3/4 sheet pan. You want to get as big as you can. 3/4 is about as big as you can fit in most ovens, and it's certainly as big as you're allowed to fit into most dishwashers, unless you have a commercial setup at home. And trust me, I don't. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and add our ingredients into the mixing bowl. We're going to make life real easy. Let me pull this out of the way here, guys. Don't really need it. So we're going to take our mixing bowl. Excuse me 1 second while I throw this off the camera. We're going to add in our cheese squares, our mixed nuts, and our pretzels. And again, these are just standard pretzel sticks, original brand flavor. It doesn't really matter. I tend not to like the sourdough ones. They tend to, I don't know, they just, for me, they're not as good as the good snappy, crunchy ones. Now we're just going to give this a good toss with our hands. And this is going to go off to the side. I like to use these small little disposable party cups. I'm just going to add our spices together. Put them all in there. Just give it a quick toss. That's done. That's off to the side. So, I'm going to grab our knife and our cutting board. Make sure your cutting board's not going to wibble wobble on you too much. I'm going to go ahead and put on a little bit of heat on my burner here with the pot, and I'm just going to toss in the whole thing of butter. Now this is your chance where you can add in a little bit more spice, a little more flavor. There is a sweet to this savory version. I'll give you that recipe down below as well. Don't worry guys, recipes and everything is going to be in the description. I don't have one of those paywall sites. That's not me. Let me go take out the trash here. Really should move the trash can. While we're doing that, let's work on our shallot. So, first thing first, I'm just going to try to take off just that little bit of outer layer skin. I keep mine in the fridge, mostly because I keep mine fairly long term. Generally, you don't keep onions in the fridge. This is one of the few you can get away with. And all I'm doing is slicing off the head and tails. And then I'll take and make a single slice off to the side. Allows me to get in here and start peeling back. And all I really want to do, oh, that came out perfect. Just get off that one layer. For whatever reason, it's just fighting you. You don't want to mess with it. Shallots aren't like a lot of other onions where the outermost layer of the actual onion itself, not the shell and skin, are unusable. But if you need to waste it, you need to waste it. For this, we're just going to do a rough chop. Take it in half. Matchstick it, or Julian. Take it over to the side. And that's what you're looking for. Do the same with this one here. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to slice it in half as well. So we're not looking to make this all nice and perfect. All I'm doing is just trying to get it where I have small enough pieces that it doesn't need to spend all day in the pot to get all the flavor out. I just want to let out all those oils. By the way, if you're onion sensitive to crying, stay away from shallots. It will light you up. It even occasionally makes me cry. And we're going to take just over a tablespoon, tablespoon and a half ideally. Basically one big heaping spoonful of the pre-minced garlic, and we're just tossing that in as well. Believe it or not, guys, that's all our prep work. It's not much. Alright. So guys, we're already starting to have this melt. Hopefully the other camera got it here nice and good. Do our liquid. There is one thing I did forget, guys, on the tools. A sifter, sieve, for a fine mesh. And what this is going to do is, once this is melted down and we've gotten our good flavor, it's going to take and makey nicey. Now this is going to take a while. This is what takes the longest. I'm on medium to low, mostly low. Turn it up just a little bit here, because we want to get all these beautiful ingredients, the aromatics. We want to get them together, and we want to start eliminating the water from the butter, but we don't want to do it fast. We want the oils to infuse with each other and the fats. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back. There is not a specific time on this, guys. It all depends on how fast your stove is, how often you're paying attention to it. You can burn that. That's why I never go high heat. Never go high heat. So we're going to come back in just a little bit. And, well, we'll start adding our rest of our ingredients and make it happen. Once this starts getting to your liking, go ahead and preheat your oven at that point only, because you're only going about 220. It's not a, if it was 455, I'd say go and preheat now, because depending on your oven, it takes a while for it to get up to temp. This way you're not wasting gas or electricity, you're being efficient, because again, it's going to take a little bit. So, all right, see you when we come back. Hey guys, we are back. Looks like we've gotten pretty good results, what we're aiming for here. As you can see, a lot of the water has actually already started to dissolve. We do have a good separation of the fats and oils. It also means that we're not sauteing this, we're just infusing with the flavor. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and add our other liquids in, because again, we're going to remove some of that water as well. We don't want to remove as much, because then it alters the flavor and could actually alter basically the longevity of it too. But, so generally I put in 2 to 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, brand unimportant. Throw that back here in the fridge. And then, about a teaspoon and a half of your sriracha, just to give it that good little sweet chili flavor. We've already got it nice good darkened up. We're gonna let that sit for a few minutes. Again, we want to get the infusion of flavors. We want to remove the water content from it. And then it's all going to go over this. And then at that point, we'll start mixing our ingredients. We'll sheet pan it. We'll pop in the oven. We have gotten to this point, so let's go ahead. Just make sure we got nothing in the oven we're not supposed to. As often that happens. We're going to go all the way down to about 220. Quick start, and we're going to let it preheat. Basically, by the time my oven preheats, this should be done enough. Again, it's low heat, guys, on the stove. It's low to medium tops. I don't even really want this to come to a full simmer. I'm not trying to remove all the water. I'm just trying to remove some. I want infusion of flavor, not to boil everything, because if you boil, especially Worcestershire, it can go bad. All right, guys, we'll come back here again when the sauce is ready. Stay tuned. All right, guys, we are back. And we have turned a nice, good caramel color here. It smells amazing. This is how you want it to smell. So we're going to kill the heat. Pull it forward here and let it cool off just for a few seconds. Oven's already hit the temp. We do not have to grease our tray. Why? We're pouring butter all over this. And there's not really a whole lot of small bits to kind of stick. It's not like a cake or a loaf. Although you are baking it like a loaf. So. Reminds me of my last doctor's visit. Alright. So. We're going to give this a good stir. And we're going to keep the spatula here. But I'm going to pull it off to the side. I'm just going to sit on my board here real quick. And what I'm going to do is just gently pour and move it all over. And that's really everything out of the bowl here. Or out of the pot, I mean. So I'm going to take the rest of these. And I'm just literally not trying to push it through the strainer. That's not what I'm trying to do. I am trying to squeeze out, though, the last of these essential oils, if you want to call it that. These are the real essential oils. These are the good essential oils. And I'm going to clean off my spatula. Unfortunately, those are not reusable. we're gonna start with a spatula. We're just gonna start tossing. The reason why I've got gloves on, we are gonna get in with our hands here in just a minute. What we're looking here, guys, is we're looking for a good, even coat. All I'm doing is scooping from the bottom and folding on top. All right, so we have our spice mix. We're gonna put in about half. And then we're gonna give it a good toss. That's good. Now I'm gonna put in a quarter and I'm gonna reserve the last quarter. So I just want enough just to dust it once it's on the sheet. I'm getting very good mixing on this. Trust me, there's times that it's just better to get in with your hands and mix it, especially if you're not getting a good mix. But surprisingly, this is doing very well. So guys, that's it. We have a nice good coating here. So we're gonna go spread this all in the sheet pan real fast. And all I'm doing is just trying to get an even layer and not make a huge mess. I'll probably fail on both. That's just life. Buy myself a lottery ticket on that one. This is past spatula point. Come out with your hands, guys. So I get put on 2 gloves. I only lost a couple. Home environment, I'd probably toss these back in. I mean, this can be baked 220 degrees for approximately 30 minutes. So it's pretty much going to kill anything out there. And I keep my counters very, very clean. But in the restaurant world, guys, if it ain't in a sanitary bin, it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to do is make sure I fill every possible space. Put out of the way. I only lost one. It was a pretzel. Just kidding. Alright, guys. Last little bit. Just give it a quick dusting. That's it. So, gloves off, oven's on, ready to rock and roll. Middle of the oven, 220. 30 minutes. Do the math if you got convection. This recipe does work well for that. Guys, I hate to say it. We'll be back in 30 minutes. See ya. Hey guys, we're back. Well, they're done. Let's kill the heat. Now, 50-50 on circumstances. Normally, if I run it a little bit behind, I'll take, like if I run a little bit lower, or if I only run for about 20 minutes or so, I'll kill the heat, pop open the oven, check it, make sure it's good. And what I'm looking for, and I'll bring it here to show you, is looking for a little bit of crunch and not sogginess. Right out here, I'm going to throw it on the board here real quick. I'm wanting crunch. Now, if it's not done, it's not done. A cheat, if I'm not making this for immediate use, I'll leave it in the oven. I'll just kill the heat, like I said, open it up, put it back in, let it sit, go to work. It's perfectly fine, guys. Your oven's more or less sealed, so it's not like you're worried about it going stale. But this is good setup here. See all the leftover there. But it's done. Let it cool. Ready to serve. Now, this particular batch isn't mine. It's going to my family. They're taking a trip to Disney World without me. But it's a long drive. Disney's expensive. So is Buc-ee's. Give them a little snack to go along the way. All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully everything came through great for the first episode. And, well, as always, please like and subscribe. See you later.